A lot of times I'm driving, there's nothing to do, and I shuffle through the radio before I unglue. There's a lot of red on ways, it's traffic, I'm screwed, and I'm wired a bit different than a regular dude. It's not a bad thing, I embrace it, it's true. The radio don't stimulate brain chemistry fluid. The Buddha found nirvana and the Four Noble Truths. Through a meditative process, right action he proved. For me, I require the use of a tool, a detector, pin, pointer, shovel, and beach scoop. I'm meant to work the dirt with my history crew, but everywhere I look, my interest taboo. Most people choose Bieber over Tippecanoe. What does a detectorist listen to when the radio is full of bad music and news? I need an alternative for me to peruse. Beyond Sight and Sound gets fantastic reviews. A metal detecting show where my thought bubble brews. Thank you, Josh Kimmel, for inviting me to a detecting dork out with guests like yours truly.
Are you looking for a high-quality beach and sand scoop? Are you trying to take your hunting to the extreme? How about an American-based company that stands behind their product and everything they sell? Then check out our friends over at XTREME Scoops. John has been making scoops for some time now and makes a quality beach and sand scoop to take your hunting to the next level. XTREME Scoops recently released their new sand shredder that works great in the water and on the beach. And if you're a new Equinox user, you may want to check out his Surfmaster X3 that can trap those small targets you new Equinox users are finding out there. XTREME Scoop's company approach is let's do it right. So do it right, buy it once, and go to the extreme. XTREMEScoops.com. That's XTREME scoops.com.
Hey boys and girls, we are going to talk about S&W shooters and prospectors. What is S&W shooters and prospectors?
We at S&W Shooters and Prospectors help people find treasure.
Did you say treasure?
Yes, treasure. Just listen to this amazing review from our happy customer, Jackie Sparrow.
Chocolate ship shape and a pleasure to deal with. I was able to buy everything that I needed at prices that were shillings less than others. I found my 9 pieces of 8 in no time. Savvy?
I know you're asking yourself, why should I shop at S&W Shooter and Prospectors?
Chuck Smalley has over 45 years of metal detecting experience. He works with each customer one-on-one to customize their setup to match their skill level.
So if you always dreamt of being a pirate, contact Chuck at S&W Shooters and Prospectors and he'll dig up a great deal for you.
Eye patch and rum not included.
Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show.
That's right. The fine print's out of the way. It's time to roll with the show. We're back. We're live once again. You are listening to Beyond Sight and Sound, metal detecting and treasure hunting radio for all the really cool digging people out there. And some of us are definitely very, very warm. Man, that is a lot to say in one. That's a mouthful. Oh. Anyway, first and foremost, links in the description. Our friends over at Shooters and Prospectors. Chuck Smalley, the man with the plan, the dealer of choice, the dealer that we promote here. A multi-line dealer that you should definitely be dealing with, because I tell you people, you're not going to find a finer person to deal with. Plus, he's a really great guy to talk to, too. Good friend. Our friends over at DETECTEES.com, Ken, Mark, Darth, Buddy, and the gang doing a great job with the Beyond Sight and Sound swag, apparel, and this is the time of year. If you do not have a Beyond Sight and Sound cooling towel, you really should get one. They really do work in the field to help keep you cool, and I've heard from a few people they might do a little more work than that. They may bring you a little bit of luck in the field. Just like the Beyond Sight and Sound shirts. Go figure. Imagine that. I don't know. You definitely, it does not hurt to have a certain exuberance for what you're doing and take that passion for the pursuit of history with you. If you have your Beyond Sight and Sound shirt, it certainly can't hurt to help you find things out in the field, because you have to, you do have to be determined and diligent some days. Some days it doesn't work out so hot. I don't know. Who knows? Either way, moving on. Extreme scoops. Definitely a good scoop, and this is a time of year that if you're into beach and water hunting or wanting to try, might be one to look for. They're nice and light. Now, I'll give, they are a little pricey. But if you can get one in your hands, they are well worth the price. Well, I'll just tell you flat out. I mean, I own a couple of different scoops. And if I had to get rid of them, because it's always good to have a backup, right? But if I had to get rid of them, someone would have to pry my sand shredder out of my cold, dead hands. That is just a phenomenal scoop. Ohio Metal Detecting NYC, Detect Ed Outdoors, All Metal Militia, Crazy Spider Adventures, all on YouTube. It's a great place to get lost and go further down the rabbit hole if you have time to get onto YouTube, which time is something that I do not have much of here lately. It seems like it's been a hectic week, a hectic weekend, and things continue to be hectic. Busy day today, busy day tomorrow. What the heck? Probably a busy day after that, too. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what the day brings. Definitely have to wait and see what the day brings. Either way, it's been a while. I know nobody likes the reheats. But it had been a very hectic week and weekend. And with it being 4th of July weekend, we figured everybody was probably going to be out, watching fireworks, doing cookouts, setting off fireworks if they were in a position to do such things. Hopefully they did it safely. We heard, unfortunately, a number of calls over the scanner over the weekend where I know one in particular, a small kid, took some fireworks in the face and had to be rushed to the hospital very quickly in the hopes that they can save his eyes. And that's something that it kind of hits a little close to home for me. I hate to see. I mean, it's not like I enjoy seeing people to get hurt anyway, but I really hate to hear of injuries to vision. Really hate to hear that. And especially at a young age like that. I don't think, I mean, I've had to go through that. I don't think I was quite as young as this particular kid, but I've had a lot of years to deal with my personal idioms, I guess you could say. Oh, I don't know where this stuff's coming from. Somebody's going to have to get a dictionary and thesaurus out to listen to the show tonight. Well, I doubt it. I'm sure I'll get tongue-tied here pretty quick, or bite my tongue or something. Who knows? I don't know. Either way, for everyone who didn't realize, or maybe they've already done it. I haven't really been looking in the chat a whole lot. I do know that we have quite a few people dropping in, which I'm not sure. How does this happen? How? Somebody tell me how this happens. Some days, I can drop links all over social media. Maybe they're here, maybe they're not. Who knows? Other days, like today, I didn't have time to drop a link anywhere. And as soon as I go live, poof, the chat floods. Because I see Chuck's in, Barb's in, Tam, the Bills, Detecting Addicts, No, I did not call you an idiot, Bill. But I do see a lot of people in the chat. It's great to see. Definitely great to see. So for those that haven't already, I'm pretty sure everyone already has. It took me a minute to kind of get to it. I was going to mention it, but if you haven't already, go ahead and give Barb a big pat on the back. Congratulations to Barb. She finished her courses, her lessons, her classes, her schooling, her education, however you want to word it. Call it what you want. She's done, through, complete, finito, finished, kaput. Oh, yes, she did it. Congratulations. And I'll bet she's glad she did it. I mean, it does. It brings on a certain sense of accomplishment for the endeavor that she's been on. And it sounds like, from what I hear of her posts, things are definitely looking up for her. So congratulations to her, definitely. We all give you a big high five, Barb. Well done. Well done. I don't know if she's going back there, Bill. Who knows? Of course, with all the schooling and education and all of that, I don't know. Maybe she'll do some more continuing education. Maybe one of these days she'll have an alphabet behind her name. Or in front of it. I guess it all depends on how she wants to do it. Oh, gotta finish part 2. Oh. But I thought you were all done, so it's time to go digging. Definitely. Time to go digging. Work is overrated. Yes, it is. But, hey, what do you do? What do you do? I mean, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, people have heard me say it before. I like to say that I'm unintentionally retired. There's another mouthful of a phrase. Okay, so before I forget, there's also the links for Detect America in the description, in the chat, the Detect America Facebook group. It's the links to the electrolysis bootcamp videos, but it will still get you to the group. If you have not joined the group, you should go on over and join. It's easy. It's easy peasy. And don't tell Shelly and Dawn. But I heard they'll let anybody in there. I mean, come on, they even let me in there. Oh, that's all right, though. And while you're at it, check out Dirt Pirates. Check out Metal Detecting Central Illinois, I Treasure Hunters Group, Metal Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound. Yes, not only do we have a page, we have a group. Some people get them confused. The page is Beyond Sight and Sound. And you'll see at the top of the page, the cover photo says Beyond Sight and Sound Hits the Beach. The group, which I don't even remember. I think we're over 2,000 members. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe someone else does. But the group for the cover photo shows what I call the old road. That is it's a pretty decent photo. And I'm glad I got it when I did, because there has been so much development and so much work that has went on in that area that you probably can't even tell that that's where that picture originated anymore. So I guess that kind of makes it a super secret spot? Maybe? I don't know. Does that classify as such, or is that still privy information for certain people? I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, I see where ORH is on the ball. 1.9K members on the group. So, we're almost 2,000 members. Obviously, it's always a numbers game. Yes, there are 2,000 members in the group. Are there that many that are active in the group? No, I would say not. Shame, shame, shame on them. But Dylan is in there, Barb is in there, the Bills are in there, Chuck's in there. You know, a lot of the people that we see in the chat are members in the group. And when they have something to contribute, usually they do. And we do like to see those pictures. Or their contributions, I'll put it that way. Because sometimes it's just... It makes my photo obsolete. Yeah, could be. Welcome to Mike, inmate 420 out there, enjoying the rubber duck weather in Illinois, which Chuck pushed some of that rain ahead of time or something, because we got a downpour here this afternoon that, let me tell you, we've got a sizable vehicle. Okay, I mean, the Bills have seen it. It's got, I don't know. Honestly, I don't. I'm going to have to say 18-inch tires or something. I almost need a step stool to get up in it. Thank God there's grab handles. But after that downpour, we actually had an intersection here a block from our house that was completely flooded. It was up over the curb. And I don't know, an hour or so later, it was all gone. We had another storm cell come through that the rain is coming down. I mean, it's pouring. Big drops, heavy rain. You can see it hitting the puddles and everything, and then it stops, and 5-10 minutes later, the concrete's dry. It's just making everything humid, muggy, sticky. And, you know, it's kind of like that, like Velcro sticky, like you walked out of the house this morning and forgot to put deodorant on or something. But I know that, well, I'm sure that most of us did. You know, we put deodorant on before we leave the house. Come on, what do you think we are? Backwoods? I don't know. What is that? I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what sort of a number that is there, Bill. Different. That's what it is. That's what it is. All right. So we're getting some moisture in the ground, obviously. I don't know that we've gotten enough yet, though. Knock on wood, because we don't need it all in one shot. Which I guess brings me on to the next. It has been a very hectic week and weekend and all of that. The end of last week, the weekend, the beginning of this week. As some of you may have saw with the posts, the bills actually dropped in. Both of them. Ohio Relic Hunter and Bill Hayes. Both of them made the trip up to my neck of the woods. And you've heard me say it before. Really great guys. Both of them. Really, I mean, some of the nicest guys that you could ask to meet. Definitely. And they wound up making the trip up. We got to meet up. They got to see the studio and the, I don't know, kind of lack of house, because everything is kind of moved out in a sense, which is one of the reasons why the noise floor is a little high on the live runs here lately. Either way, they got to see the studio. We got to chat a little bit. I had to kind of rehydrate from the other running I had been doing before they showed up. I'm not real sure. I think while they were here, I think Ohio Relic Hunter adjusted the studio cam, because obviously we see, as I went live, no notice to anyone, and Ohio Relic Hunter's first in the chat. So, well, that's the way it was on my end anyway. I'm not going to scroll back to the beginning of the chat on the other screen and see, but on my end, it looked like Ohio Relic Hunter was in first. Either way, yep, readjusted the in-studio cam. I figured. But it was definitely, I can't stress that enough. It was definitely good to see Ohio Relic Hunter again, because it has been almost 6 years. It will, in October, it would have been 6 years since we had seen each other in person. I mean, we message back and forth quite a bit. We talk on the phone quite a bit. You see him in the chat quite a bit. So we do have a little bit of history there. We have known each other for some time. Actually, it goes back farther than that. But that's October 6 years ago is when we first got to meet in person, rather than, talking over the phone or in the chat or something like that. Well, let's see if that works. Maybe I got him that time. I don't know. Who did I get? We've got a caller. Go ahead. Oh, it's Chuck. How's it going, Chuck? Well, and I will preface that with, we were out hunting. The ground was a little funny because it's dry, and the signals were coming up a little weird. But what I can say is, for those that may think otherwise, I mean, I've hunted with Ohio Relic Hunter in the past. He was up here in my neck of the woods. I finally got to meet Bill Hayes in person, and I can definitely guarantee beyond the shadow of a doubt they are both very, very good at what they do. I just happened to get lucky enough to get my coil over the notable target of the day, I guess. Because I'm sure that... Well, I'm not sure why that would be. I can hear you just fine. Wait a minute. They might have. They might have. Let me see here. Nope. I can verify that I'm sure that they are correct. Let me see what I can do here. Okay, give them a shout now, Chuck, and see if they holler back at you.
Am I there?
Hopefully you
Hello.
are. Audio test 1, 2.
1, 2.
Can you hear him now? Yes, they
Sam
can.
said yes.
We have you. You sound good.
Okay. Well,
all right.
We'll try harder.
That was my fault. Well, maybe that was my fault. I don't know. The Bills were here the other day, and you do have to kind of keep an eye on them. I mean, especially with the three of us, it's a good possibility that there may be trouble somewhere. Not that we're looking for it, but it may find us.
Oh, no.
But yes, I can say beyond a shadow of a doubt, they are both very, very good at what they do. They dig excellent
I know
plugs.
that. I've heard that. But it sounded like you just had the luck of the Irish and beat them.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking...
Maybe not numbers, but the best find of the day.
Yeah, I
what was
think
that again? What name was on that token?
JF Seifried or Seifried or something like that. I'm really not sure what the pronunciation of the last name is.
That's kind of cool. Old tokens are neat.
Well, and the thing that got me is we're going through an area. I took them to a spot where
ORH just said all those switches and knobs on that control panel had me wondering. I just started flicking, pushing, and sliding. And he's laughing.
Good guys.
It's like when we have the kids tour the fire station, they get up in the trucks.
Right.
There's every switch, no power, but they've thrown everything. So when you fire it up, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. And they could have been in here looking at everything going, what's this red button do? Let's push that. And what's this? We'll move it too. But we did get you. But yeah, they I come across because I put them on a spot that I will guarantee there are old coins. And I was so hoping that they would find an Indian. As a matter of fact, we had discussed that if they did, they had to tag Barb.
Oh. Well, I popped a 1906 today, and I didn't even get a picture of it because the place I was at, a deputy pulled in and waved me over. And I'm in trouble or what? And I walked over and chatted with him, and we had to talk about some things that happened the other day that we were called in on. They were looking for me. Then the tandem mowers started up, and they were working both sides, so I just quit at that point. Said, I can't win for losing today.
Right. That's true.
But that's the way it goes.
Yep.
Lima, Ohio.
The
Chat screen.
Oh,
I didn't even see.
Yeah, that token actually
Yes.
originated from Lima, Ohio.
I wonder, does it say good for anything on there?
Actually, it says bottle check 5. It's
Okay.
a scalloped 8-lobe token, all in Q's writing, and on one side it says bottle check 5, and then on the other side it says JF Seifried, Lima, Ohio.
And if I remember right, you told me they don't have that one listed anywhere?
Yeah, unfortunately, in the transition that we're in, my token resources are in a tote somewhere. So I couldn't get to them. So my next option is to get on the internet. Well, I can't find any examples of this token. I can't find much about this place at all, period. So I posted over in the token group, and I let them have at it, because in the technology age that we're in, if you don't know, post it on Facebook. Somebody knows something.
Right.
And when I put it on there, it took about 20 minutes or so when a friend had commented on it and sent me a message and said, like you said, can't find any examples of this online. I do find other examples. It's a saloon in Lima, but your particular token, there are no known examples online. I can't find a reference anywhere. Please give permission to list it to the token database, the token catalog.
Yeah.
Which I went ahead and told him, said, hey, absolutely, I'll get you some better pictures and have at it. I'm interested, though, what is the other information? What can you find me behind this token? Because this gentleman is very good at what he does when it comes to the history and all of that. And a couple hours later, he has it listed on the token database. He's putting historical information with it. They were able to find this particular gentleman in the 1901 business directory, the 1911 business directory, and the 1919 business directory, where at that point it was just referred to as a cafe. My guess is Prohibition may have begun to mess with business, so he was diverse and went to a cafe. But in 1901 and 1911, it was listed as a saloon or bar, tavern, whatever you want to call it, and he served the leading brands of beers, wines, whiskeys, and cigars, if you so chose. Does this tie specifically to the bar? Who knows? I don't know. When we saw it coming out of the ground and we're looking at it, we're guessing based on shape, based on design, all of that. Maybe somewhere in there, we were guessing somewhere between, say, the 1890s to the 1930s. And it looks like we've got it narrowed down to somewhere between probably 1900 and 1915.
Yeah. Well, what's unusual is its shape. It's scallop shape.
Yeah, you don't see those a whole lot necessarily.
Oh.
Ohio Relic Hunters got a very nice scallop-shaped token that was for, what did that say? Something about the Mecca Pool Hall that was somewhere in Ohio. I'm sure that he can post up the information on that if he wants to.
Okay.
And for people who had...
You see a lot, they're just nickel-sized, a lot of them, a little better maybe. And around, you'll see square ones, the Palmolive and cold, that kind of stuff, the toothpaste ones.
Yep, the octagonal-shaped ones.
Yes.
Like crystal cake.
Scalloped ones, neat.
Yeah. The scalloped ones are very, very cool. I definitely like the scalloped ones. They're very neat. Okay, looks like we just pulled somebody in. Oh, we've pulled Barb in. Congratulations.
Howdy. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Barb.
I am so de-stressed right now. Thank you.
I wish I could be de-stressed. Calgon, take me away.
I already did that.
Well, I'm glad it worked for you, but it's not helping me any.
There you go.
Well,
hey, Barb, thanks for the picture.
I hope you like it.
Good. That's going to go down with some of my other pictures. I've got steamboats and I've got outdoor stuff and that kind of thing. That'll fit in there nicely. I got a picture of Madison's home also out down there.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yep.
Very nice. And I will also say, too, for people who may be wondering that day, Ohio Relic Hunter was running the AT Max, I believe. Bill Hayes was running the Deus, and I was running the Equinox. And when that signal came up, I could tell there was some iron in the hole, but something kept kind of peeking up there on the numbers. I could hear it, I could see it in the VDI a little bit from time to time, and when I'd wiggle into the center, I'd keep consistently getting 1920, 1920. And I thought for sure that I was probably digging an Indian, because there have been quite a few Indians come out of this stretch of ground. And come to find out, when I kicked that token out, I'm like, well, that's not quite what I expected. And then I find out that there were 5 nails in the hole with it.
Dang.
Wow.
But
those Equinox like to sniff around in that iron, but those guys had good detectors too. So
yes, they did. Bill Hayes come over and looked at it, because I told him, I said, oh, that's not what I expected. We've got something here. I said, it's about the size of a dog tag, but there's no hole in it, and it's heavier than a dog tag, so I think we've got a token. And he come over and he looked at it, and wasn't too long after that, he cleaned it off. We saw what it said, and he went back to his machine, and a minute later or so, he comes back. He says, hey, you mind if I see that token? I'd like to run that under my coil, just see what it says. And it gave him a 73 on the Deus. I'm not sure what settings he was running, but I'd have been digging a 73, no problem. I did not, I probably should have, I did not run the Equinox over it again after all the nails were out of the ground, but you can pretty much guarantee that many nails in the ground with it, it was skewing the numbers, but it was still picking up that there was something there. And then Ohio Relic Hunter wanders over and he says, well, you got anything good? I figure you do. I saw the powwow over here, and if you can get something that takes Bill Hayes' attention away from digging, I know you've got something good.
Yeah.
So we went ahead and showed it to him too, and both of them were like, hey, that's a good find. And they were planning on hunting maybe another 20 minutes, half hour. I told them, I said, hey, I got my keeper for the day. I'm happy. I'm shutting my machine off, headed back to the truck to find something to drink and cool off a little bit. You guys keep hunting. Hopefully you find something good, because I don't want anybody saying I took all the goodies. Because there's old coins out here to be had. I couldn't have found them all. Neither could anyone else. They got to be out here. We just got to get our coils over them. But like I said, the ground was dry. When you do get the right amount of moisture in the ground, the area does light up. But you have to work it slow. You have to be methodical, because there is a lot of iron out there. There's a lot of bent nails and bolts and nuts and everything else under the sun. But it just so happened that I came up with that token. If either of the Bills had gotten their coil over it, though, it would have been in their pouch that day. Because it was only 6 or 8 inches deep. So I'm sure they would have found it. They had very good machines. They're very good at what they do. I just got my coil over it.
Well, I can tell you, I've hunted with Bill Hayes in Virginia. What farm were we at? We were at Glebe. And he had his ATX, I believe. And he pulled so many shaler parts out of that field. He was just, I'm like, are you finding anything? Because he never moved. It was like, walk this way, walk that way, walk this way. And he's like, yeah. And when I found the piece that he didn't find, because it comes in 3 parts.
Right.
He harassed me enough, I finally sent it to him.
Well, and I'll tell you,
one little piece.
And these 2 guys, they're machines. They are machines. They do not stop. They have a tenacious veracity for this that, wow. Very, very passionate about the history and the hobby. Unfortunately, though, Bill Hayes, that guy, he could run circles around me and Ohio Relic Hunter both, I think. That guy is just an absolute animal. And Denny Morrison, he even commented on the post, he's like, I'm surprised you found anything with Groundhog Bill around.
Yep.
Because, I mean, these guys, I don't think I'd want to hunt behind them. They're very thorough.
You know, in Virginia, you know, we have hundreds of thousands of acres, but it's pretty much you stay away from other people. And so when you see Bill going back and forth, you know he's finding stuff.
Exactly.
I mean, you can't watch him because you're trying to find stuff.
Right. But he's micro hunting because he may get into a spot and you may not see him move for an hour and a half because he's being very methodical.
Yeah, he is. And at the end of the day, I'm like, so how'd you do? Oh, okay. And I'm like, yeah, I just got a few. And he's like, that's the part I need. I got all the other parts. And I'm like, and he did trade me 2 engines for it. Yes,
I saw that.
You know, but, you know, every time I turn around, he's like, that's the part. And I didn't have the other 2 parts to make a whole bullet. So I like to, you know, give things over. So, and then 2 engines was a fair trade. I can say that.
Hey, yeah,
God.
I'm all right with that.
Frank's in the house. And Frank made a post on my page, I think today or yesterday. I started doing these little resin boxes, which are really cool. And he thinks I should do them with pull tabs in them. I just don't know if there's a market for that, Frank.
He's in there and go good.
I do happen to know a guy that's got a few pull tabs. I mean, because you know, up here in Ohio, we save them all up for Mark Hoover. But
do you know, if I make any, I will. Well, he wants me to make one for Steve.
Pacifico?
Yeah.
Nice. Although, you know, I mean, and Steve he's an absolute wonderful guy to joke around with. But all joking aside, Steve does pretty good for himself when he's out hunting.
I know.
I don't
you know
that he does quite as good as Frank, because there again, Frank's an animal when he's out digging. It seems like he does very good.
Yeah, so I definitely will make 2. One for Steve and one for Mark Hoover. I have to make one for him.
Because that's another thing. It'll be 6 years in October since I've seen Frank, too. But I've hunted with Frank, too. And I'll tell you what, if there is anybody prepared out in the field. He likes to joke about it, but it's Frank, because he's probably got 2 of everything on him. That's probably why he's always having to backtrack to find something that he dropped. But he's got 2 of everything on him. I swear he does. If it's not, it's in the truck.
Nope. Well, it's in the truck, his phone. He couldn't find his phone the last time I was with him, and it was in the truck.
Right. Well, Florida Hunt 70 couldn't find Ronnie's canopy.
That's true.
he spent 20, 30 minutes looking for his phone at Florida Hunt 7, I guess it was.
Right.
And I was just like, I'm like, what are you looking? He was tearing the place apart. I'm like, what are you looking for, Frank? He's like, my phone. I'm like, well, what's in here? Call it. Well, most people don't know their phone number. He's like, no, I'll find it. It's here, but it took him a half hour to find it.
I know my phone number, but then again, I'm a little strange like that. Although I will say, I have to stop and think when somebody asks me about the number for the show, because I'm so used to, Bill or Homefinder or somebody like that throwing it out there in the chat. I don't even look anymore, so I have to stop and think for a minute.
Oh, God, Mike just said to make one with candy corn in it for Frank. Oh, my God, I might have to do that.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, what's the...
But when you make that, Barb, you have to put a sticker on the front, and that sticker has to say, "In case of emergency, break glass."
Ooh,
that's a good idea, Josh.
Ooh, God, y'all are giving me inspiration.
That would be.
The only thing is I don't know how the candy corn and the resin will quite mix.
Oh, yeah, I think it'll mix fine. But see, I can do a test.
It won't hurt. It won't melt the candy corn or anything. Unfortunately, though, it probably won't taste so good for Frank if he does have to use it in an emergency.
It may bleed, but I think if I use the inside of one of my little dishes, it's square. Or I could use the octagon. I'm going to use the side that you don't normally put resin in. But I think if I pour
maybe you could put the candy corn in like a vacuum sealed bag and then put that in the resin. That way, if he does have an emergency and has to break the glass, he can eat it.
Oh, no. I've already got a picture in my head. This is hilarious. No. If I pour it in little bits of resin, I think I can keep it from the color bleeding into it. Because if you pour it too deep, it'll get hot and it'll just melt the candy corn.
Right, yeah, don't want to do that.
Which may actually look cool, but,
There you go. I like Bill's idea. Coat it with Mod Podge first. That way he can wash it off.
Oh, God. Oh, I'm going to have to play with some of these. Bub was like, why don't you do something and put a Civil War bullet in it? And I'm like, I don't think I can do that. That's sacrilege.
Or shotgun shell head stamps. There could very well be a market for that because some people like them. And if you can get some that are different, varieties, because there were a number of different manufacturers. Exactly. People like to bling their display boxes and stuff. Why not do one with shotgun shell head stamps?
Oh, I got a whole mason jar full of them.
See? You've already got your product. You just got to put it together.
Oh, that would be cool.
I'm telling you, somebody, you do that one and post it up. Somebody is going to want that. And I accept commissions in many different ways for my creative content.
Okay. I'll send your wife something.
Hey, that works.
Happy birthday from Josh.
Yeah, that works. I mean, Tim likes getting stuff in the mail too. Oh, which reminds me, Mike, I'm sorry I have not messaged you my address for the last contest that I was a winner of, but I figure you've probably already got it. I can message it to you, but you've probably already got it. I will try to message it to you again after I get off the show tonight. Because obviously Metal Detecting Central Illinois, they run a number of different contests over there, very good contests, and I actually won this time. It's been a while since I've won anything, and then later on that night, I won one of the contests over in the Relic Hunter group that's Dylan's group. So I was kind of on a roll.
God, you are.
Well,
I hadn't thought about, would there be a market for, like, shotgun stamps and pull tabs?
Yes, there would.
Bottle cap, but there would be, because people would buy them for gag gifts for other people.
Exactly, and I heard that ding. Somebody's probably ordering one already.
Yeah, somebody just
Barb?
pinged me on my phone.
Barb,
Yes.
check your messenger. I just sent you a bin shot, and it is got the head stamp in it.
Nice.
I just sent you a picture of that.
I can do better than that.
I'm telling you, there would be a market. People would buy that. People would want that. And you're right. As far as the pull tabs, they'd want that for gag gifts.
Well, that one actually comes from National Wild Turkey Federation.
Okay, well, I have a lot of head stamps from the Florida hunt, both of them that I've gone to.
Oh, yeah.
And they're
You
the
should have
really...
at least pretty...
They're
more
those
head
old
stamps
ones.
out there than anything.
The old ones. What were they?
Oh, there's
I
all
think they
kinds
were-
of them. They were a lot of low brass. I think they did a lot of dove shooting out there, dove hunting, dove and
Yeah, a
quail.
lot of different manufacturers.
But they were the old ones that were M something. I thought they were military.
M something. What, like UMC?
Maybe that's it.
Union metallic cartridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually, that was an Ohio-based company, too, before they blew up.
I have
Literally,
a lot of those.
look up the history on UMC.
I did it one time. But, my brain's fried after 5 hours of finals today.
I can understand that. I started
at about 12:30, and I finished my last final at 6 o'clock.
Wow. You're a trooper.
No, I had till Monday at midnight to get it done, so I just said, today's the day.
Well, unfortunately, with everything we had going on, I didn't have until Monday to get anything done. I mean, Friday night, the water heater broke. Had to fix that Saturday morning. That was lovely fun. And then had to run out for fireworks Saturday night. Tam got some phenomenal photos with her new camera. I bit the bullet and bought her a new camera for our anniversary at the end of the month, but she got it last month because, unfortunately, I kind of like to live, and if she knew that I had that for a month or so before I gave it to her, she'd have killed me.
Yep.
So she got it early, and I think she's really enjoying it. She is taking some phenomenal photos. And the fireworks photos that I saw her post up.
Yeah, she got some good ones.
Yeah, those are probably the best firework photos I have seen her take to date. I mean, she's still getting used to this camera, so I think it's quite possible they could get better. It was
awesome.
The camera that she was using, say, last year for fireworks, it does okay, but it just doesn't have the low light capability that this one does. So I think she's really enjoying this one and really enjoying the zoom on it because she can really get in there for some of those shots that she wants to get, but sometimes you just can't get close enough. So it's working out well. I think she likes it. And I'm really enjoying the photos.
They were really great photos. I was like, at first when I'm reading it, I'm like, Josh shot those fireworks off? And then I realized, no, they're watching fireworks, and Tam took the pictures.
Yeah, no. Like, Josh doesn't shoot off fireworks. Josh tries to get pictures of fireworks.
Slow, okay?
Which I was out there. I had my camera out there too, and I did okay, but with all the running around that we were doing Saturday, by the time the fireworks started, I had this little issue of every time I would try to take a picture, my leg would start to jump, and, well, then the camera's not very steady. So, out of the photos that I took, I deleted like 60 of them because they were no good for posting for fireworks. They'd have done great if I was posting them on a UFO Facebook group trying to claim that I had a close encounter. They were great for that, really. But not so much for fireworks. So we deleted them.
Well, I can tell you, it's been crazy here with class. And I'll be honest, I've half paid attention to everything going on in the world, Facebook, the metal detecting shows. I'm here, but I'm not here because I've been just studying, trying to get this done. Yeah, but I had an order for 4 pictures. It's a Christmas order, but I had an order for the Martha's Vineyard Island out of sea glass, which I finally finished. And I just need to ship it all at once, and I had an order for 3 Christmas trees, so I have 8 pictures getting shipped to Massachusetts this week or next week. And then I did a big picture for digging in Virginia for Rose and John, which nice. Rose was like, that is gorgeous. I said, I'm glad you like it because it's yours. And she's like, now I want to see it. I'm like, November. And
right. You'll see it soon enough.
And I did a new market on Sunday. It's only once a month, the first Sunday of every month. And I sold some of my most expensive pictures, so I had to make more.
Good.
Good
yeah.
Deal.
I did a 3-hour market on Saturday and a 4-hour market on Sunday and did over 300. So I was very happy.
Good.
But that means work, because if you sell it, it's like by the end of the day, I'm like, my table looks like nothing.
Right. Yeah, I know how it goes. Frank's the same way, probably. Look at all these ugly boxes that just went out. Oh, wait a minute. That means I have to build more. More candy corn, please.
Exactly, though. It's like you get excited because you sell, but then when you get home, you're like, oh, my God. Now I've got to replace it for the next week when I do the market. And with resin, it's same like Frank. You know, solder things, but it's going to set, before you go on
right
to the next thing. And it's the same with resin. I can't do a picture on Friday and take it to market on Saturday. I can't do it.
It doesn't work like that.
It's going to be tacky. Well, somebody touches it, it's going to have fingerprints. So,
right.
All my pictures I have to do by Tuesday night, and that's it. I'm done. So, the beginning of the week
basically it has to cure.
Yeah, and I'm trying different resins and different paints, and I'm just going crazy. But I definitely will do some.
That doesn't take too much, does it?
It's a short trip.
No, it doesn't. It's a short trip.
Which I do have to say as well, big thanks there to Frank in the chat from Detect America. The guy's building ugly boxes and everything, and I had a little bit of a disaster here. And I'm like, what do I do about this? I can't afford this right now. Hey, wait a minute. I know just the guy. So I get on the phone and I call up Frank and I'm like, hey, I kind of got a boo-boo here that needs fixed, and it's definitely in your arena. It's in your wheelhouse. You are very capable of doing this. I hate to bother you, but do you think you could take care of this? And he's like, yeah, no problem. Get it out to me. It'll take me 5 minutes. I'll get it back in the mail to you. And it did. I mean, when it showed up, he took a picture of it. He already had it done to show me it was done. He was shipping it back out my way. I want to say that package came in yesterday. So thank you very, very much, Frank. I've got that little project, and I appreciate it very much. There will be a package in the near future coming out to you. I just have to get some time to send a proper thank you. But also in this package, and I need to post these pictures because I haven't posted them yet. But when I open the box, there's a little note that says, for your plug game. And there was a Mylar flip with some wheat pennies in there. And then I believe it was I want to say the wheat pennies were from like the Gold Digger, Ronnie. And then there was a 1986 U.S. proof set that, the way it looks, must have came into Detect America in a batch of coins that Tom Davis had sent. But he sent those out as prices on one of the Dig Your Plug boards. So very, very cool. I haven't had the chance to post that yet to give him a formal shout out. So I'll just do it here on the show, and then I will get those photos posted up later.
Oh, very nice of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. And if you need wheats at any time, let me know. I have tons.
Yeah.
Well, now that you mention it, there is one that I do need. I need a 22 no D.
Actually, I have.
I'll settle for an 09 SVDB.
I have a purse of, it's probably 4 inches by 6 inches my mom gave me. And it is full of wheats that they have picked up at the store over the last couple of years. She finds more in the cash register than I do. And I've yet to go through them.
I'd even settle for a 43 copper or a 55 double die.
There you go. I'll take that copper.
Right.
Okay. Well, I don't know if somebody would steal their dad's coin collection and spend their wheats if they were worth anything, but I really do have this massive purse that my mother has thrown wheat pennies in from the store that I have not gone through.
And Frank says in the chat he believes they may have been steel cents that he sent, but that's still wheat pennies. And yeah. Some people, they like those steel cents.
And Barb, we had our local gas station.
14D.
Pulled in there about 8 months ago, and the kid behind the counter sitting there got a stack of silver dollars, Morgans.
Ooh.
Oh.
And he looked at me and said, "What am I going to do with these?" I said, "What do you mean?" Well, this lady just paid for $19 in gas with these.
That's when you throw him a $20 bill and say, "Here you go. That's what you do. I'll take those. You throw that in the drawer."
He turned around and I said, "I'll buy them from you." He said, "Okay." I bought them all.
You know, the first Morgan I got was in a bar. I went out with a girlfriend of mine in, 77, 78. And we met at the bar, and we ordered drinks, and we're sitting there just, chilling. And she throws her money on, it was a resin bar. And I heard the sound, and I reached over, and I grabbed that Morgan dollar off that bar as quick as I could.
Absolutely.
I said, "Where did you?" I could just hear the sound. It didn't sound like a coin.
They're very distinctive.
And I was like, "Oh my God." And I grabbed it and I said, "What are you doing? Where did you get this?" And she's like, my dad's coin collection. I said, here. And I gave her $1. I said, I'll buy it from you. And the bartender was so mad because he heard it the same time I did. And I scooped that baby right off that bar.
That's right. Yeah. He didn't have to be real fast. He just had to be faster than you.
More than $19.
Yeah, well, I paid her $1 for it, okay? And it's a 1989 Morgan, I believe.
1889, you mean?
Maybe. Hey, I'm dyslexic. Okay?
They didn't make Morgans in 1989.
So is it 1898?
They made them in 1889. They made them in 1898, too.
Oh, no, so it's one of those.
And they're making them in 2021 if you can get one.
Well, it was in her dad's coin collection, and she hocked it to go drink it. And I looked at her and I said, do you have any more?
Yeah, that's like, the kind of people I'd like to drink with. I'll sit and drink with them all night long if they keep throwing silver dollars.
And she was like, no, that's the only one I took. And I was like, dang, well, if you got any more of those, I'll buy them from you, you know?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Good score.
Yeah.
Definitely a good score. That probably got him fired up in the chat.
That deal with the new Morgans are putting out? And just Morgans, I think, this year. And they're actually doing PDS in a special run at Carson City.
Wow.
It's making them now. The day you could order them, the system went down. It got so flooded fast for those.
Obviously, I mean, when you talk about collectible coins, the Morgan series is a very highly collected series.
That's number one in the United States.
Yeah,
I just checked. It's in 1889.
There you go. Good score. Good score. Good job.
I'll check the back and see if it's got a mint mark.
Well, dang.
If it's got a CC on it, you scored big.
Yeah, you did.
I doubt it. I wouldn't be that lucky.
I don't know if they had 89 on my book here.
I don't know. You might be that lucky. I mean, she didn't care what she had.
No.
She just pulled it out of Dad's collection and you happened to snag it. You might have been that lucky. You need to pay closer attention to your coins.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. If I die, Bub has no idea where my coins are. No, I don't see a mint mark.
Okay, it's P then. The mother mint.
Yep.
I have this little foyer at the back of my house, which was supposed to be the front of my house. But all of the windows are on the back of the house, so I put my house backwards, okay?
That explains it all.
That's a heck of a trick for someone to turn a mountain around.
Well, the glass looks at the view, and the bedroom windows look at the back bank, okay?
Hey.
And I can tell you when they came to put the modular, they called me 5 times. Are you sure you want your house that way? I'm like, yes, I'm sure I want my house that way. And they didn't get it until I came up one day, and they're like, we finally figured why you wanted your house backwards. And I'm like, yeah, the front door faces the back
the view's
bank.
better.
But when I sit in my kitchen or I'm washing dishes, I'm looking at the view. And so my foyer at the back of the house, there's this nice little, I guess I don't know. It's just shelves, but it's like teepee shaped. Well, there's this nice, pretty antique box with this nice, I think it's brown and white flowers, and all my good coins are in it. So just show up and steal it. Bub will never know.
And Bill says he's on his way.
Okay. Actually, you remember the case that I sent you, Josh, with all the drawers?
Yes. No.
Well, I have
didn't
one
have.
of those.
You didn't send me one with drawers.
I didn't?
No.
What did I send you?
You just sent me single cases.
I'm sorry.
You have one with drawers. I've seen pictures of it, so I know what you're speaking of.
So just come and hijack that too. He'll never miss it.
Right? That's like, knock on wood, if I die, it's going to be a true treasure hunt. I mean, I've got silver coins strewn all through the house and tokens, and good grief, it's like lions and tigers and bears, but it's silver and tokens and gold and tokens and relics and...
Well, it kind of sounds like Frank's workshop. They have to sweep the floor to find the coins.
Right?
What I've heard.
There have been a few instances where we've moved a piece of furniture or something and went, oh wow, well look at that.
Shelly and Dawn are in the house too.
Uh-oh.
Here's the funny. Frank wants to know my alarm code.
It's real easy, Frank. It's called Winchester.
I actually do have a house alarm, and I guess I'll PM that to the person I really want to have my coins.
Well, Frank's on, so he's anxiously awaiting the private message.
No, and because I'm dyslexic, I use patterns. So it's a pattern. So it's like the case to my gun. It's like it's a digital. You have to push the buttons to open it. That sits on my headboard. And so I had to come up with a pattern that I could remember. So I'm just a pattern kind of person when it comes to numbers.
So you don't go by numbers, you go by patterns.
Exactly.
Nice. Well, hey, you got to do what you got to do to remember it. If you're dyslexic, that's probably a better way to go.
Yeah. The only number that I use that's like a number is I use my mother's phone number for things.
Right. I know a lot of people that do that.
Be able to remember that, you know.
Exactly.
I can remember her. I know her phone number. She's had it all my life, you know.
Exactly.
And so that's one of the few numbers I use, and most people don't know my maiden name, so they're never going to figure out who my mother is. Well, maybe she's on Facebook now.
Oh, look out, world.
Gotta say a hi to Shelly and Dawn. They're saying hi to us all.
Yes, hello, Shelly and Dawn, and good show Thursday. I don't know how we managed to hang in there on the last digger standing, but we're never the last digger standing. Such is life. But
going back to your token, Josh, they have a different sound. They sound good, but they sound different.
They can, yes. 908, you're live. Hello.
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 Uh-oh.
Hello.
Hello.
We're in trouble.
Hey, the gang's all here.
Right. Definitely.
Well,
Good job.
I wanted to call and offer a bunch of surprise packs for your next dig-a-plug.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cool.
How many, honey? How many would you two? We would like to donate 2. Good ones.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, that's nice of you.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to have a contest who can donate the best thing.
I don't know. We might. Sure, I'm game.
We might. That's a thought, isn't it, Josh?
Right, yeah, I'm game for that. I'm game
You
for
hear that,
that.
honey? Yours is always a surprise. True. It would have to be after the fact. Ours is always a surprise.
Yeah, right.
You never know what you're going to do. It's like a box of chocolates.
As long as it isn't a pound of candy corn, Frank will get mad.
Right, yeah. I mean,
Well,
the candy corn's reserved for Frank.
And no chocolates with peanuts.
okay.
Right.
If you send me
Everybody.
chocolate, if I win and you send me chocolate with peanuts, then I'm gonna die. So you can't
Well,
do that.
Okay, so
We-
we won't do that because we don't have a code to your house or something, right? Aren't we working on the code to your house?
No. Frank wants the code to my house.
Half the people in the chat
Oh.
want the code to your house.
He's coming over.
I'll gladly I'll gladly give y'all the code to my gun case. It's 123213. Okay, so
But she may be dyslexic, so that may not be the right code.
no, it's the right code. Trust me, it's a
Okay.
pattern.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, back the other way, and then over to the other side.
Okay. Well,
My
there
gun
you go.
case included my fingerprint, so you would have to kill me, then drag my fat body over to the gun safe to put my right thumb on it to get my gun to do whatever else you have to do. So it'd be a process for me.
Well,
That's just a whole lot of work, though.
I
Right?
only locked my 380 in the gun case because it's loaded, safety's not on. But my 22 rifle with 13 bullets in it, it's sitting right next to the bed with the sock over the top. So they're going to get those 13 bullets before I get to the pistol or the shotgun.
Good grief. I think I'm safer just sticking with hunting with the bills.
No, the thing is I don't have any neighbors. My closest neighbor is 1/10 of a mile or more away from me. And it's a long run down that driveway, and it's down, straight down, across the road, down their cutoff path, or I got to run up the hill and down their road. So it's easier to just pray that I don't kill myself running to their front door. Or I have to jump off the mountain the other way and run through 80 million trees, and then there's a 15-foot drop off to the road, run across the road, another 15, 20-foot drop to the next neighbor's house. So, yeah, I have lots of guns.
I guess. And Frank says he's doing a poll. He needs your social security number and bank routing number.
Yeah, Frank, sure.
And
right away, babe.
You can just private message that to him.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I'm sure he can hang in there for you.
Just talk in for a second. We're going to hustle off. We'll be in the chat.
Okay,
We love
well, I guess we've got Shelly and Dawn from Can You Dig It down for a couple of surprise prize packs. Very cool of
There
them.
you go.
Absolutely.
Nice plugs. That'd be nice plugs. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And don't forget,
That'd be
you
good
can
times.
check them out over at Detect America, 7:30 Eastern on Thursdays.
Yep. When I get a chance, I listen in.
So do
listen
I.
in, girls.
I
They do
get
good.
it. I get a kick out of it too, because when they go into their whole, kind of show us your crap segment, there have been a few times now that I have noticed them playing with a certain package that was sent to them. I think that's probably about the best way I can put it. If you want to know what I'm talking about, you can tune in and watch. So we'll see what happens.
There you go.
Because it
Well,
was a package that we sent them a while back.
I'm usually late to their show because of school, but I'll try to be on time because they are hilarious.
They are. They are very funny. They do a good job. They really
They do.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Definitely. So it sounds like, yeah, this could be turning into who can donate the best prizes. But there's a number of prizes being donated for the next few boards. So it should be interesting to see. Plus, there's our virtual tokens that will be out there.
There's going to be a detector in there.
Hey.
There's going to be surprises. We got some great stuff from DA, Frank and the boys, and Ronnie.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's some good silver in the ground, too.
Yes, there is.
I think there's a couple real nice silver dollars.
Yes, there is.
I think I could donate a couple, and I just might have to make one of those pull tab resin things as a booby prize.
You say you could donate a couple Indians.
I said bullets, not Indians.
Oh.
Indian too, Josh.
We tried. We tried.
Do not ask for my Indians. Actually, Mike sent me 6 to make jewelry out of, and they're sitting on my jewelry desk, and I'm like, oh God, I don't know if I can sell those.
Right.
Oh, Mike.
But I could make one for the giveaway as a necklace. I mean, that'd be a cool booby prize.
Right, yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what, pull tabs are the detectorist's bane. And there have been a few times now that I have been out hunting and I find pull tab jewelry. And that's almost like rubbing salt in the wound. You look at it and you're like, really? Well, at least I got them in one shot.
Yeah, remember when they were taking the pull tabs and weave them together?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that, Josh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I found a chunk of that one day.
Somewhere, actually, I've posted it up before. It's probably somewhere way back in the Metal Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound Facebook group. Someone had sent me a photo where some creative person used pull tabs to basically make a full chainmail armor looking suit. I mean, the whole thing, the pants, the top, the helmet, all pull tabs.
Yeah, I've seen those. They're hilarious.
And I'm going, that's insane. That person really should have themselves examined because I'm pretty sure they're certifiable. But, some people have enough time to do such things. Me, I don't.
I forgot who it was. I don't know if it was Steve Santori, but somebody found a bracelet made out of Zinkins last week.
Thanks for blaming us. Have a great night, Frank.
Yeah.
Night, Frank.
We'll see you, Frank. Thanks for dropping in.
He says he's going to bed. He's going to eat candy corn. He ain't kidding us.
Oh, he's been eating candy corn. He's probably going to have a few more pieces on his way to bed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, guys, it's getting, not that I got to go to bed, but I got to get a couple things done. I'm going to pull back. It's about 8:30.
Oh, yeah.
Wish you all a great night and a safe week, and hope you can get out and dig between rainstorms.
Right, yeah. I should probably be thinking about getting out of here, too. I've got a busy day tomorrow, too. Not a fun job, but somebody's got to do it.
I'm out of here, too.
Thanks to Shelley and Don. And Barb, thank you for the picture. And I want to put one shout out to a couple buddies of mine. I don't see them on tonight. They may hear this, but Jesse and, the Squatch brothers sent me
right.
Fantastic stickers.
Those stickers are phenomenal, and we've got some of those on the future boards, too.
Yes, they are. Kevin and Jesse sent me some of their stickers, so I've got to get a word out to them and get a picture and put them online. And that type of stuff. Those are a neat sticker, guys. If you can get a sticker from them, that's going to be kind of a nice little collector's piece, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Those were very, very well done, and you can tell looking at them. These are not just your average sticker or anything. These are high-quality stickers.
Oh, geez, 5 inches length, 3 inches tall.
Glossy.
Squad.
Yeah, they are phenomenal. They did a great job with them, and I do think I did get that photo posted up. I hope I did. Maybe I didn't. But
I have a lot of fun with those characters, and we go out detecting quite a bit together. Estes traveled with me. He's been out to Mount Pillier, and so is Kevin. And with me, and we've had a good time. They're fun guys, and they're people you look up to. Both of them are about 6'6".
Literally. I mean, Tam got a picture of me and Jesse back in 2017 at the Swing Into Summer, the I&I hunt. And looking at that picture, I was like, really? Couldn't somebody have brought me a step stool or maybe told Jesse to sit down or something? Because I look like I'm about 3.5 feet tall.
And they are two of the nicest guys you ever want to meet. And
absolute teddy bears.
They're great people to work with. So, but anyway, I wanted to put a shout out to them. Thank everybody, and have a great night. And we'll get out of here.
Thanks for the call,
Pops.
Chuck.
Night, Barbie. Stay out of trouble. I hope someday you'll find another Indian head so you can have 7 of them.
She's got a ways to go to do that.
I only have 2.
Right. She's
I
still working on
you
number
got a
3.
few in the mail that you were counting or something.
Well, I have over 100, but I've only found 2. So 2 to 7.
But you found 2. You're working on it.
Right. You got a lot of work to do.
Love you too, Pops.
Thanks for the call, Chuck.
You bet.
God, rub it in. I mean, I was hoping the guys found an Indian so they could tag Barb. I'm like, I love you all so much.
I can tell you one thing. It wasn't from lack of trying, because those guys are just absolute machines.
I know.
Ohio Relic Hunter, he found quite the variety. He had a set of keys. He had a couple of Hot Wheels. He had like the aluminum love tokens that you see a lot of the fairs and festivals and stuff like that. And some clad coins. I'm not real sure what all Bill had, because he was definitely up and down. I know he was digging targets. And he was moving a lot quicker than me. I don't go quite so fast, but this is a hobby where slow can be a good thing.
Yeah, but I'll try to find my 3rd engine at some point. But
maybe this year
now
is
that I'm
your
done
year.
with class, I've got it. My garden is like coming in. It's like this is going to be the weekend to sell food.
Oh, yeah, Tam's pleased. She's very pleased. She's got tomatoes starting to show up on her plants.
Oh, well, I've got tomatoes that are about to ripen any day now. I'm
well,
like,
but you're down there, and you usually get a jump on things, and she didn't get started quite as early as she would have liked to this year.
Oh, yeah, I have a greenhouse, so... but I just picked probably a half a bushel of squash and cucumbers for the market Saturday. And I know I will pick that much again Friday afternoon before I go to the market. So
right,
it's kind of hard to go digging when you got 2 gardens. I sold, I think, $120 in just basil plants and vegetables on Saturday.
Wow, good job. Good job.
So I'm hoping to get digging now that I'm not in class. And I'll have to play with resin and pull tabs.
And shotgun
whatnot.
head stamps.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Because I'm telling you, you post up one of them shotgun shell head stamps, one done like that, or the pull tabs. I would be surprised if someone doesn't jump on it pretty quick.
So I got a question. So I have head stamps without the paper in it, and some with the paper. I don't know. Should I take the paper out before I put them in, or try to leave them the way I found them?
That's a good question. I mean, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And there is something to be said for artistic creativity. So you may want to just kind of lay them out and see because I know you always kind of, trial run things before you do the final finished product. You may want to put them in and see how they look without the paper. May look more aesthetically pleasing, where who knows, maybe you get it in there with the paper and you go, I really like the way that looks. I mean, either way, each frame is going to be unique to its own.
You know what? I could actually take the ones with paper, well, any of them actually. I think the smartest thing I could do is to mix some clear resin and pour it into them upside down, right, and get the bubbles out and just let them harden before I actually set them in resin.
Oh, there you go.
You can't tell unless it's color. If it's clear, you can't tell one layer from another.
Exactly.
You can pour 5 layers of clear resin and you don't know there's 5, but with color there is. But if I filled them with clear, because you're going to put them in a clear resin,
right? I think it would look better clear.
Oh, absolutely. And this way, though, I wouldn't have air bubbles in them because I've already filled them with resin before I put them in resin.
Now you're thinking.
Yeah, my brain's fried. But thanks for letting me call in. I will definitely sit down and do some crazy things. And when I get them posted, I'll post them on your page. And we'll see what the people say.
Right. You never know. It could be the next new hot item for Barb.
If it is, I'll be happy.
Well, I got plenty of pull tabs I can send. I was reserving them for Mark.
I actually have a half a mason jar full of them. So.
I know that he may be a little heartbroken if I don't send them, but he's a trooper. He'll deal with it. It probably won't take much therapy, but he'll get over it. I'm sure he'll be fine with it.
All right. Well, I'm going to say goodnight, Josh.
All right. Well, good call from Chuck, Barb, and Shelly. Sounds like we've got some other prizes to be adding to the future boards, and they will be coming up soon. We had thought about setting a board tonight, but they're just, with everything else going on, there just wasn't enough time. And really thought, you know what? I got to talk a little bit about the bills coming to my neck of the woods. Like I said, really great guys. Very, very honored, I guess you could say, to be able to finally meet Bill Hayes in person. And it was an absolute pleasure to see Ohio Relic Hunter again. It has been quite some time, and it sounds like they had a good time, and it sounds like we're all looking forward to doing it again sometime soon. Not, let's wait 6 years and do it again. We're thinking sometime soon, maybe. And that's fine. That is definitely fine. So we'll have to see what happens, but we're very glad to hear hopefully everyone had a safe and happy 4th of July, and everyone else, enjoy your week. Get out there and try to find something if you can. Post up the photos. You know how we love to see them. Who knows when I'll be out again, but I've got some other projects on the burner that we're kind of dealing with them. So, with that in mind, have a wonderful evening, folks. If you enjoyed the show, make sure and follow us here on Spreaker, on Facebook, any of the wonderful podcast distribution services. Throw the show a like if you enjoyed it, had a laugh, whatever. Join us on one of them, all of them, or none of them. The choice is entirely up to you, and we're going to roll on out of here. We'll see ya.